prayers to whoever is making the memes, because you're gonna have a long talk with God to pass them gates.
You gonna have to. God, Jesus gonna be like, hey, go back down them stairs, bruh. Hello.
What up?
Welcome back to Danie and Kevin, the podcast.
This is great. It's been a while, sis.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. How have you been doing? What's new?
You know, taking names and catching L's.
We get into that later. Start out with the good stuff, though.
Yeah.
So, what happened? What happened? What have you been up to, Kev?
Honestly, I've been just on a better, healthier route right now. I'm actually a month sober.
Ooh, go give yourself some claps for that. A month sober.
I did it really as like a way to see if like I would actually, you know, I have self-control. You know what I mean? Just to build some self-control, because I was just getting lit all the time.
I mean, it's hard because when you're in the club life, and then DJs come to visit and they're like, let's take a shot. Then another DJ comes and they're like, let's take a shot. Right. And a promoter comes and they're like, let's take a shot. And before you know it, it's like,
oh my gosh, let's take a shot.
Yeah, before you know it, you've had 13 shots. And it's like.
Right. And I also wanted kind of like to know for myself that I could DJ and just do my thing without it. You know what I mean? Like no liquid courage, none of that. I could take risks, chances, all that, be on the mic without having to have a little bit of liquid courage. You know what I mean?
That makes so much sense because now that I'm in the club hosting, I remember you used to say that all the time, like, yo, like I'm in my head and stuff when I'm like sober and I'm doing this. But now that I'm hosting, I find myself doing the same thing. If I'm completely sober, I'm literally in my head like, oh my gosh, did what I just say was stupid? What I just do is stupid? Yeah. Are they vibing with me? They're not vibing with me. Oh my gosh, that person's not dancing. I have to try to get that person's dancing. Oh my gosh, I must suck. What is going on? Like, but if I have a little bit, I'm like, okay, we just vibing, having a good time.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like there was a couple times where like I would think way too much. You know how like on radio you would think ahead of what you're saying way too much, that you start skipping words?
Yeah, you start messing up when you think too much about it.
Right. So that was happening a couple times. Like, oh wow, like I just need to calm down when I talk and just talk like a regular person on the microphone. You know what I mean? And then it was dope. Like it feels good. You know, just got a lot of self-care.
Yeah, you look a little bit more like
a little self-care.
You look a little bit more
I got the sleeves off.
Right. You know? I mean? You know?
Well, hey. Talk to me a little nicer.
Okay. All right.
Just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. I just gym and, you know, investing in myself as always. Man.
I love that for you.
I got a big thing going on in August that I'm trying to like prep for. So I want to be very focused and, you know. Like I said, I've caught a lot of L's too. You know, it's all balanced. But, you know, like for the most part, I've done a lot of growing within the last like month. Yeah.
Right. I love that for you.
Yeah, thank you. What about you?
I feel like I've done a lot of growing as well. Started a business.
Yeah.
And I have clients, which is like.
It's dope.
Like,
I like it all.
That's so weird. Right. I'm like, what? I've never thought of myself as somebody that would have a business, start a business, be a business person, do businessy things. Yeah. I never looked at myself as that person, but I'm like,
you know what I do really admire is how quick you turned it around. You were just like, you know what, the hell with this. I'm working on my social media. You jumped on it. You flipped things around. You were like, I'm just gonna help people with their social media. Literally 2 weeks later, boom.
Right. It's been like crazy. Yeah. It's literally been crazy, but yeah, I have a social media business, and I've been helping a lot of small businesses with their social media, because what I'm learning in doing this new endeavor is a lot of people don't like social media. Like we're on it and it's fun and whatever, but a lot of people that have to do it for like your businesses and stuff like that, because that's where we're headed as far as the world. A lot of people don't like to deal with it. They're like, I don't like it. I don't want to sit here making videos. I don't want to do any of this.
So how is it dealing with those kind of people that's just like, yo, I'm not accustomed to like hitting social media all the time, but I know this is the real world and this is the only way I'm gonna brand myself. Like, how do you handle that?
It's literally just kind of telling them that I can do that for them. It's like, so that's kind of how I'm positioning myself, is like, hey, like if you don't want to deal with this, like we could create a situation where you don't have to deal with this at all, and I do it all for you. Or we could create a situation where I kind of coach you, and I'm like, okay, this is trending right now. This is something that you might want to hop on. This is something you can come up with something funny for this. no, here's a template as far as how to put this video together.
Right.
If you might, because there's a lot of people too that they know how to do social media, they just don't like it, or they don't want to spend the time, because when you're building a brand and stuff, it's like, okay, let's find these trends and let's see what everybody's talking about and try to put.
You didn't go to college for this, right? Or no?
I mean, I went to college for multimedia communication, but I didn't go to college for marketing. All of this stuff is what I learned on the radio.
Yeah.
Because people don't realize behind the scenes, we
really, really market ourselves.
Behind the scenes, I was literally doing everything for the station.
Yeah, for the station app. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would remember we would be on air, and then I'd be like, well, I have to go to a sales meeting. I have the promotions meeting today. We're going to go over it. So, like, I was coming up with like, these concepts and stuff behind the scenes. And having to present to managers and stuff like that, and I was like, wait a minute, I know how to do this. So it's been working out, so I'm excited.
Good for you. I like that.
Also went to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, it looked dope. It looked like a background of a computer screen.
Yeah, that was cool. But like, we've been out of radio for like a year and change. I feel like I just needed like a change of scenery, because it's been a whole bunch of time of like, let's try to figure it out. Let's do this. Maybe I try this. I'm gonna apply to these jobs. These jobs are saying no. And I was like, I feel like I need to get out of here. And I haven't traveled. I haven't been anywhere really post-COVID. So I was like, let me go see my brother in Arizona and see what's good. And we went to the Grand Canyon, went on a hot air balloon ride. It was really cool.
Hot air balloon?
Yeah.
Like, you was actually up there.
Yeah.
Like that? Really?
Yeah.
I always wonder how big is the damn basket? Because there was one time, I would say like when I was like 19, I tried to take a girl, like impress her, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna take you to a nice little surprise. I took her to at that time it was called what is it? Disney Springs. No, Disney Springs, yeah. I took her to Disney Springs.
Where the Mary Poppins balloon is.
Yeah. And I remember I took her there, but it was closed down. And she was like, oh, it's all good, don't worry about it. I was gonna take her there right before the fireworks go. I was a little romantic back in the day,
That's dope.
Now it's like, you got that money. Anywho, but yeah, I always thought, I was like, man, like, I don't like heights. Why the fuck did I even think about trying to do that? You know what I mean? Like, is the basket big enough?
The basket held like maybe 12, 13 people.
Really?
So it was probably probably as big as kind of this room going across like that.
And is it like blocked off, or it's like a little basket?
It's like little sections, so it's like chopped like this. So it's like
you're sitting.
You can sit, but it's like 4 people here, 4 people here, and then the guys in the middle, and then it's like 4 people there, 4 people there, 8, 12, 6. So I guess it's like 16 people, 17 people in there.
How was that? Like, how high did you go?
Let's put the video over here. I can literally show it to you. So let's just put the video over here.
Okay. So how high is this?
Like
you don't even know how high is this.
Like high, very high. I want to say like 70,000 feet type high.
Are you looking down?
Well, yeah, that balloon is floating up. So like, yeah, you up there with the clouds.
Oh wow. Oh, you with the clouds.
Up there with the clouds. The cars look like little toy cars.
Are your ears popping? Did your ears pop?
At one point, we did get to a certain level, and my ears did pop. Yeah.
No, hell no. This does not look all right. That does not look.
But it was actually peaceful at first, like, because like at first when it starts taking off, it's like rocking like this a little bit. I was like, like we not playing. I was like, we not playing these games. Yeah. And then landing, they was like, okay, everybody brace. I was like, brace.
The hell we got a brace for?
I ain't got no braces. Like
What'd you grab onto? Diamonds?
They was like, they have like a rope that you can kind of hold onto. It's like, hold onto the rope. So like we hit, and then like the basket drops and the shit tilts like this. I was like, get me out of here.
It drops and it tilts.
Yeah, but it's not bad. But like it drops and it tilts like that, and then they bring it back like that.
It doesn't land. It
doesn't
like drops.
It doesn't like land like this. It lands like this, and then because of the momentum, it'll rock like that. And then it kind of, it rocks like that, and then it'll like be like, all right, we can get out now.
Nah, that's not okay.
But it wasn't bad. Like, but it's kind of like what you imagine. Like, I don't want to say it like this, but heights, like when planes crash, and you know, like you hear like in movies, you see it be like in the ground, be like. I think it's kind of like that. Like I felt it. Like
I legit freak out. Like I can't handle heights.
It
like
honestly wasn't bad.
DZ does like roller coaster ride things.
Yeah.
And he's literally sitting down with a straight face holding the damn phone up, and I'm like, yo, how
do you do that?
The hell are you doing? Because me, I'd be freaking the fuck out the entire time.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It's contrary to what you may think. It was very peaceful, very like zen, very chill.
Got you.
So it was actually really cool.
It's not like the submarine experience, right?
See, why would you even do that? God rest the people's soul. But I mean, bruh.
There's nothing funny.
There's nothing funny about that at all. There's nothing funny about that. Like, God rest their soul. The internet is, okay, so I thought I was the only one. And don't judge me, y'all. Bro. But, bruh, them memes and those TikToks that people was making, I was like, why are y'all
Can we talk about the submarine really quick, please?
Go ahead.
Can we talk about it?
Go ahead.
My problem was, all right, do you know how big this shit is? This shit apparently is like the size of a minivan. Yeah, they said I think it was the size of a minivan. That's it.
Yeah, I saw like a video of a YouTuber that was gonna go in it or something like that, or YouTuber, somebody went in it and filmed what it looked like. I was like, I'm not getting in that.
Yeah, so they're getting into this little thing, right? Mind you, they're spending $250,000 a piece.
Child.
Who the hell has that?
Well, billionaires.
Oh, yeah, true.
Out of my tax bracket.
Yeah, and then on top of that, right? Like, from my understanding, they did like 30 rides in that thing.
Right.
And there was one ride that they lost the submarine. From my understanding, they lost the submarine for 5 hours and then found it. I'm like, yo, only 30 trips and you already lost it?
Right.
Like, nah, it needs to be like 1 out of 100 is different. You know what I mean? I don't understand.
This needs to have 100% success rate before I'm getting up on it.
I don't understand how you couldn't sit there and be like, yo, all of this, here's my money. No. Did not make any sense to me.
The whole thing. Like, I get it. Some people are explorers and they're like thrill seekers, but I don't know. There are some things that I'm just like,
we could just leave it there, man.
Yeah, no, like, because that's too far deep in the ocean for me. Like, I don't.
And then that's another thing too.
No, that's too.
How do they have pictures of the Titanic?
They have like robot machines that have.
So if they have robot damn machines, right? You gonna tell me you couldn't set at least 7 of them motherfuckers down there following me, like,
just to make sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Just to make sure we good.
Just to make sure.
Like a safety thing.
I don't understand why that wasn't there.
You know what the thing that was messed up about that whole thing too? So we all know the people of that whole thing, they passed away or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, again, God rest their soul, prayers to their families and everything. I thought it was so messed up that the company literally the next day was like, so we're looking for a new underwater engineer. We're looking for another pilot.
Fucking shit.
Yes, the internet was talking about this literally the next day after we found out them people passed away. They was like, yeah, we looking for a new captain. I was like,
wow. What happened to that money? That's the real thing. The money get back to the family?
And then that's what's messed up. No, because like, think about it. When you go to, not theme parks, but for instance, the hot air balloon that I was just in, you sign a waiver. When you do, what's the other thing that my boyfriend did where he hurt his hand? ATV.
Oh, ATV.
When you do ATV and when you do all those types of extreme activities, they make you sign a waiver that says if something happened, you can't sue us. You ain't getting your money back.
Oh, wait, so they have a waiver.
Yeah, they said they signed a waiver. And then I forgot who the guy was, but one guy that's done it before, he was like, I want to say it's the Simpsons creator, but I'm not sure. But he's like, yeah, the waiver is like serious on the first page or something. He said it says, if you die, like it mentions death like 3 times. Like, we let you know that there's a possibility of death. So if you sign this and you still want to do it, you can't come after us.
If death is the option, you know what I'm saying? Like, I should be able to read through that and be like,
it's
no
fine.
Death, no death. Like, you're alive here. You'll be alive here. Maybe a broken bone.
Right.
Alive here. Alive. Might suffocate a little bit.
Right.
But die. may die. The hell you gonna throw $250,000 for that?
For something that you may die doing. Yeah.
Nah,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of them places, stuff like that, they make you sign a waiver. So I highly doubt that the family's going to be able to sue them
That is
or anything like that because they signed a waiver
that
says
insane.
you can't do that.
That's insane. Wow. Well, R.I.P. the five of them.
So
Jesus.
sorry that happened. That's so, and like, honestly, with that company, like, we learned this with radio. Like, if a company, like, if you die tomorrow, they'll have a job. Like, people say that all the time. They're like, if you die tomorrow, then people will have a job posting up. They didn't even wait a week, bruh. They put the very next day, they're like, so we need a new pilot.
Business gotta go.
Right. I'm like, and then my thought is like, who's gonna be on there? Who's gonna actually be like, I'll go next? Like, I don't see.
I know the first trip failed, sir, but
I'm going. Like, who's gonna like sign up to go next? Not me.
That's rough. Man.
So yeah, again, prayers to those people. Prayers to that family.
Prayers to those people.
That was terrible. And as far as that company, like,
and prayers to whoever is making the memes, because you're gonna have a long talk with God to pass them gates.
You're gonna have to. They're gonna like pull up your file. So in 2023,
submarine time.
So does the word submarine?
You was on Pick Stitch talking about
right. It's gonna be like, hey, go. Lord Jesus gonna be like, hey, go back down them stairs, bruh.
I'm gonna need you to walk right back down. Come back up.
Can you imagine you get to the pearly gates of heaven and you're like, hey, I lived a good life. I did some good deeds. I helped some people, and then the God is like. So 2023, that ring a bell?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
You thought it was funny? Tell them right now. Tell them right now it was funny.
The Holy Ghost is there like, hey, bruh, submarine.
Hey,
you gonna be like,
y'all weren't in that thing. We was
like, go ahead back down them stairs, bruh.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead back down them stairs.
We was out here watching you making fun of us.
Tell Lucifer I said what up, bruh. Go ahead down them steps. Anybody got time?
That's terrible, man.
That's terrible. Well, let's move on to some positive news. We were on TV.
Oh, we were on TV, yeah.
Big shouts out to Sasandra. She had us on the Sasandra show that films right here in Orlando. And how'd you feel about that whole thing, Kevin?
It was dope. It was really quick. Like I felt like we were gonna get interviewed a lot longer, and I was like more nervous. I'm not gonna lie, but it went by really quick.
Right.
It was dope. It was very inspirational. No joke.
It was to see the system that she kind of has around that whole thing.
Boom, boom, boom.
Like as far as like how
the
cameras work and the state. I was like, wow, this is cool. And her set, it's like 3 sets and 4 sets in one. I was like, this is inspiring. We're gonna do this one day. This is cool.
No, it was super inspiring. Like I already have it like in a vision board in my head. Like,
there we go. That's a vision board. So yeah, we appreciate y'all, everybody that saw us on TV and all of that. Like that was pretty fun. So again, thank y'all for the support. We got more stuff coming. And Kevin, let's just move on to the next segment.
Let's start with the fact that I lost my mixer. My $2,000 mixer in the middle of downtown Orlando.
And if you don't know,
by the way, if it's in a black carrying case, check the serial and send it to me. Anywho,
for people who don't know what a mixer is, as a DJ, what is a mixer?
It's the centerpiece. It's the main. So like the middle part of the DJ deck.
So it's literally
that's where you're mixing the music, literally. You know what I mean?
How did you do that?
Tequila did that. It was on a random Wednesday, and I picked up a gig. It was on, I believe it was on Cinco de Mayo. To be honest, I believe it was on Cinco de Mayo. I picked up a gig, and no, it was Cinco de Mayo week. Yeah, I picked up a gig and got lit, and the last thing that I do remember waiting for my Uber was I was eating pizza and I was talking to Nina, which is the girl that runs the pizza there.
Right. And big shouts out to Nina. I love her Instagram where she shouts out everybody that comes to visit her with pizza. The pizza. Yeah, I love Nina.
So I'm talking to Nina, and I put the mixer in front of me, and then I remember walking. But after that, I don't remember anything else. I got home, I woke up, and then I didn't find out till it was gone until that Friday.
Wow.
When I went to get ready to DJ back at the club again, I usually switch out the mixer, and I'm like, guys, it's gone. And my friends are with me, and they're like, nah, check the car, bro. And I'm
Right,
like,
no.
I'll check it. I look and I'm like, you guys, it's gone.
Yeah, I remember you called me. You were like, was I in your car? And I was like, no. Why would you be in my car?
Right. And I was just like, you know what, man? Like, I just laughed. I just laughed. I was like, all right, cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. What about you?
Terrible. So I have a little present here, if you guys can see on camera.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So let me paint the picture for you.
Yeah, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
So as you guys know, I work at the Beecham. And if you've never been to the Beecham, it's literally, I mean, they advertise this, but it's the biggest dance floor in downtown.
Yeah.
Like on a good night, we're doing 1,600 people.
Crazy.
So it's packed in there. And it's literally what you envision a nightclub to be. You know what I mean? It's not like one of those like bars and stuff. No, it's what you envision a nightclub. Like you walk in, it's the girls on stage dancing, it's the lights, it's like the girls drinking and they got the, you know, they, here's your drink. You know what I mean? It's that. And the dance floor is huge and there's an upstairs and there's a balcony. So yeah, it's a big deal being in here. So of course, I'm hosting, so I'm on the mic, and they have a huge platform on the stage. They have a platform that kind of lifts you up a little bit. It's about an inch off the stage ground. And the stage itself is probably like, I don't know, like 6, 7, 10 inches off the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you're basically playing Super Mario in the air, just jumping on different boxes.
So yeah, it's kind of like Super Mario.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have the 2 platforms on the side. Those are the platforms that the girls dance on.
Right.
So I'm like, when the girls aren't dancing, I'm on that platform to interact with the crowd a little bit more because the DJ booth is like a table and it's kind of high like this. So I have to kind of look over to see the crowd, if that makes sense. So I'm literally walking from one platform to another. It's literally like this much space in between platforms. It's a step. So it's no reason for me to fall, but no, I fall.
You fall.
And the corner of the platform slices my leg open. And so I have 10 stitches.
Yeah.
And then I go to the hospital and they stitch me up and all that. And then I caught a sinus infection.
Oh, wow.
And then on top of catching a sinus infection, I'm limping around the house still trying to cook and stuff. I burned my hand on the stove. So it's literally been a chain reaction of just like, what is wrong with you?
Well, I'll kind of one up that. But one of my viral videos got stolen the other day.
They stole your content?
Kind of. I don't know how to explain it. So basically, like some jit in Ohio, excuse me. Let me run that back. Some dude in Ohio, right? It looked like he's at college or whatever. I did this routine. It was one of my first viral videos of kiss me through the phone going to snap your fingers.
Okay.
Right? It was the live club audio. So you heard like the crowd and everything.
Right.
Those are my favorite ones. And it's so ironic, but literally I was talking to my homeboy about it and he was just like, man, this would be great. But bro, you gotta like crisp up your audio because the audio is what's gonna be shareable and go from there and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It's been a year exactly since I went viral from that video. Out of nowhere, this college kid in Ohio remade the transition like as if he was doing it, and it's like hitting numbers like 8 million views. So
he's getting famous off of something you created.
He gave me zero credit in the beginning, didn't even find me, and then I ended up commenting on it and I'm like, yo, like, no credit, bro.
Oh, you one of those.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. I was like, no credit, bro. And there was like, he was like, oh my God, I found you. Like, I couldn't find you before, but man, I've been doing this transition forever and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. And then he just tagged me in the video. And then mad people on TikTok started like harassing me on some like, yo, like you're a fucking cornball. Like, it's just a fucking song. Are you Little John? And shit like that. I'm like, okay, maybe I am being a fucking corn doing this shit. I'm not gonna. So I hit him up personally and I'm like, yo, my man, like you didn't give me no credit. And now I'm getting backlash for something that I created and you're taking credit for. That ain't it, you know? He apologizes or whatever. And I'm like, it's all good, but like, if there's fucking any way, you know what I mean? Like, what can we do from here, you know? And to be honest, like, he was just like, it's all good. Like, if you need anything like that I should do, like, let me know. And I'm like, all right. And I kind of let it sink a little because I was busy DJing, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and not to flex on that, but I made those transitions in the club live. He's doing it in his bedroom. You know what I mean? Just taking my idea. And then fast forward, I'm really observing it. And my boy is like, yo, the sound is trending around the world. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, it's a big trending sound. He's like, it's a huge trending sound.
Wow.
I look at the sound name and it's his. He named the sound name. His name. Kiss Me Through the Phone. Snap Your Fingers. Double jack transition. That's what he called it. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there like, yo, my man, like, you renamed this? I mean, excuse me, you named this sound your audio? Like, you didn't create this. Like, why would you do that? Like, this is kind of fucked up, you know? Like, I need you to change that. He was like, yo, my bad. I'm on some FaceTimes right now. I'll try to do something. He was like, yo, I tried to rename it. It looks like I can't rename it.
Yeah, once it's out there, I don't think.
And then he goes, I tagged you in the video, bro. I don't know what else you want me to do.
I mean, it sucks,
and
but that's the internet.
And I was like, yo, my man, so how about this, bro? Like, I'm gonna make a video, at least talking about it in some sort of way, and I'm gonna need you to show some love on it. Is that cool? Like, that would work on behalf, because the real truth is you didn't fucking do this. You didn't create this shit. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yeah, I'll even repost it. Like, you know, it's about the community, and, you know, I do shows around and travel and EDM shows and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, cool. You know what I mean? Like, in my head, I'm just like, dog, like, at the end of the day, you took my shit, you know? And it was my fucking idea. And the thing is, I just felt hella corny, like, defending myself on that. I don't know why. I felt like I was like a bitch. I was like, yo, I don't know why, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then fucking, what is it? Afterwards, people start catching on to it. And I make the video, and then I release it out. And again, the irony of him going viral was it hit a year that it went viral this month. So I'm like, man, like, was this all calculated? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is going on? And now it's like trending everywhere. Like, everybody's sharing this, and it's under his audio. Is this something that, you know, like, I should be complaining about? Like, at the end of the day, it is just a transition, but it is something I created. And like, I also started thinking about it, like, yo, like, what if Little John catches onto this? What if, like, you know,
right? And then he gets shine because
he gets all the fucking shine. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. His, like, bro, his TikTok jumped from like thousands to like 100,000K.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's annoying because. That's annoying because I get where you're coming from, because living with you, I see how much time you spend, like, oh, I can use this part of this song and make it go with this part, or I could take the melody of this and mix it with the words of this. Like, I see how much work you put into that. So, I mean, I don't feel like you should feel no type of way for, you know, saying something or feeling slighted for it, because, again, especially somebody like you, a DJ, like, a lot of that is kind of why you put the stuff on social media, to share it, so as maybe somebody will see it and that will lead to another opportunity. Right. So for that to happen, in essence, for somebody else, off of something that you created and they didn't even give credit, that's kind of like, but that's the bad part about the internet, and that's the bad part about, you know, people talk about that stuff in the music industry too, where I saw this video where Ty Tribbett, the gospel artist Ty Tribbett, he was talking about how he did the doom 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 doom, but Justin Timberlake doom 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 doom. Yeah. He's like he was like the keys. He said the whole thing is me.
Oh shit.
And he was like, I got like $2,000 from that. Gave it to Timberland for like $2,000, and this blew up. He's like, and I'm just like. He's like, but, you know, I'm not mad about it. He was like, I was a young person in the industry. I didn't know how residuals and all that stuff worked. He was like, but every time I hear that, I'm like.
Here's the thing. It's not like I'm producing a whole song.
No,
you know what I mean?
You're not.
That'd be definitely different. But it's the idea of like, bro, like for us as DJs, and this is the way I kind of explained it, is like, yo, like, there's a lot of fucking DJs nowadays. Like, a lot. I mean, look at TikTok. There's people trying to be a DJ every single day, you know, and that's dope though, because it's dope for the culture to see like a whole bunch of people have interest in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But for me, it's like if there's so many out there, and music is so accessible, like you can have music in the palm of your hands, like in any moment. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Any edit, any remix, you can sound like anybody you want. Hence him. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I deliver the music separates me from.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like we could have like 17 of the same sandwiches, but are you gonna wrap it up and put a bow on it? Are you gonna, you know what I mean?
You're gonna toast the bread.
Toast the bread. Like how you gonna deliver this? You know what I'm saying? And that's the way I always looked at it, especially in Orlando. Like Orlando's competitive, man. We got a lot of New Yorkers out here too. And in Orlando, at least, it's not like there's a lot of DJs that are just more party rock, and they don't really take their time into like crafting different transitions and stuff like that. Like I said, like that for me kind of helped me. At least for me, it helped me. You know, so. For someone to just easily pick that up, you know, put some better quality audio to it and just now blow the fuck up, you know? And I'm like, wow, like that was not your idea, my man.
Right.
You know? That shit fucked with me, but I don't care. Cause the way I also think about it too is like, yo, he came up taking that idea from me. Didn't give me the credit until I reached out to him. Like he had to physically hear that and grab that and do it, like redo it his own. You know what I mean? I created it. So if I created it, I can create more.
Right.
Like, what is he gonna create? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like,
he's gonna create. I'm gonna create more. You know?
Yeah, that's a way for you to challenge yourself to like, okay, how can I take this to the next level to where it's something that somebody can't duplicate? Correct. That's literally what. That reminds me of Little Richard. That's literally what Little Richard did. That's why you know who Little Richard is? Do you know who Little Richard is? Okay, never mind.
What would you say about Little Richard? Yes. Okay, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know how he sings so fast? Mm-hmm. He did that because, you know, back in the day, they would redub songs by black artists to have white artists do it. And because they was like, you know, everything was segregated. So there's like, we can't play this black music on this white radio station. So we can't have this artist perform in front of these white people. So they would have white people come and literally copy the black people's music, and then they would sell that to white people. So Lil Richard got tired of it, and he was like, I'm gonna sing so fast that these white people can't keep up with me. And that's how he developed his style, and it turned into a situation where it's like, okay, we have to book him because this is the most popular song, regardless of the fact that he's black. Nobody can duplicate this.
Right. That's pretty cool.
So you're gonna have to pull a Little Richard.
I mean, yeah, I think
you're gonna have to create something that people can't duplicate.
Yeah, I hear that, man.
In a sense, but some of that's just gonna happen. You know, it sucks, but that's the internet. It's like the internet's the wild, wild west now.
Yeah, but whatever. That's an L I gotta hold a little high. I mean, I know for a fact though, and my boy Nopa pointed this out to me. He's like, yo, like the real ones are always gonna know. You know what I mean? And right now, like there's times where like people are actually jumping on my TikTok. Like people are actually commenting, which is dope. Commenting on his shit and commenting on like other people that are sharing the audio. Like, yo, that's Kevin's. Like, yo, Kev, good shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shit like that, because they know where it came from.
Yeah, because it's been out a year, so a lot of people probably... And you went viral from it. Yeah, you went viral from it again, so people probably saw it first. What I will say, too, is, like, I did it at Patio the other night. Holy shit. Like, it's like it's huge. Right. Huge, yo. But, man... Whatever. You got this.
I'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
So those are the L's that we've taken lately. But the good thing about the L's is that, you know, you have a chance to turn that L upside down to a 7. That doesn't make sense. But you know what I'm trying to say.